Hello guys, my name is André. I'm the founder and CEO of Asetek. Today I am revealing a new feature, an upgrade or an extension to the Invicta pedals if you want. We have gotten a lot of feedback. Thanks guys, we appreciate that. That's how we improve. As you may know, from my own background, I've been racing Formula cars, I've been racing GT cars and supercars and everything with a big engine and wheels. What I have not tried, for example, is rally, and we've gotten some feedback from those of you who are, racing sim rally, that you would like to see perhaps an even softer pedal and perhaps a little bit longer travel also. And if we look at the current, I have taken the elastomer out here because I'm not strong enough to press 100 kilos. But if we look at the travel today, there is roughly 350 millimeters here. If I push that like this, now there's roughly 338. So we have roughly 15 millimeters of brake travel with our standard kit as it comes out of the box. And as you can see, the piston here on the long travel kit is longer. That means the pedal will travel longer before it hits the stop. And of course there is a gearing built in that 2 millimeters here is more than 2 millimeters up here, of course. So if we try to install that again without the elastomer, then we measure again. So here you have 333. So you get roughly 10 millimeters more travel here. So that's a big chunk more travel on the brake pedal. And you can actually see here how much it is. So very simple upgrade for those of you who want a longer brake pedal. I'm just going to show you how the equation behind the spring actually works, because let's say it takes 100 kilos with the original configuration. Let's just say you have in the white elastomer from us, and let's say it requires 100 kilo for it to max out. So 100 kilo is 1,000 Newton, or roughly 1,000 Newton. If you have longer travel and you say, I still want to max out with 100 kilos of force, then you actually need a softer elastomer or a softer spring. So I'll just go to the whiteboard and explain to you how that works. So as I alluded to before, getting the full brake pedal travel with the same force requires a different elastomer. We have the two different pistons, the standard one and the one from the long travel kit. Let's just say this breast here is 10 millimeters. And this one is 15. Everything I'm going to say right now, it's a guidance to bring across the idea, but you can get the full specs in the final specs of the products for sure. But this is just to give you an idea how it works. The equation behind the spring says that the force that you push or pull the spring with equals a constant times the travel that you actually, in this case, compress the spring. So from my example before with the pedals, I used 100 kilos. That equals 982 Newton, but let's say for the sake of the argument, 1,000 Newtons. So that means that in our case, the force times the travel of 10 millimeter at the spring times the constant. So that means that the constant is then 1,000 Newton divided by 10 millimeters, so 10 millimeters from this. That means our spring constant is 100 Newton per millimeter. That's the Invicta system as it comes out of the box. So what we want now is, we want to figure out what is the new spring constant with the same force. So the force is the same, we apply 1,000 Newton, and now we divide it by 15 millimeters instead of 10. And that means we now need an elastomer with a spring constant of 67 Newton per millimeter to obtain the same, and that is, I want to press 100 kilo when the brake pedal is fully depressed. And this is not really any black magic, because as you saw from my measurement before, you get roughly a third more brake pedal travel. And guess what? There's roughly 33% difference between the two numbers, so it just shows it's linear. But what it also means is that if we had not changed the elastomer, you would actually need to push with 133 kilos to get the same brake logout. So that's why we have decided to change it like we have. So I've now gone through our newest innovation, our newest upgrade or extension to the Invicta pedals. It will soon be available for ordering in our web shop, as well as your local Asetek SimSports reseller. Thank you.